welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. My channel, well, it's all about crochet. Today, since it's Tuesday, it's all about Tunisian crochet. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back, spending a little bit of your Tuesday with me. So today is just some project update on Tunisian projects. The first one I'm going to update you on is the twin twisted cable scarf. Guys, I'm at a standstill and I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I had another skein of yarn to add to this, and I don't. This scarf is now long enough to be a scarf. I mean, it's pretty long from my arm to my other shoulder. And, you know, if I block it, I could probably get a little more, but I don't think it's going to be long. It's just not going to be long enough for a scarf. So what I think I might do is sew up the ends and maybe make it an infinity scarf. Like maybe a twisted, no, I can't really twist it. But what do you think? Would it be all right to do an infinity scarf? This isn't even long enough for an infinity scarf. I might have to start over. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to have to, if I'm going to make one long enough for Sid to actually wear, I'm going to have to start a different one because I have run out of this beautiful Winkle Mona Lisa yarn, and yeah, so I'm probably going to frog all this back because I do not want to waste this yarn. I love this yarn so much. So I'm going to have to start another one, and I'm going to have to cook on it because, you know what, it's already February. And she had 60-degree weather yesterday. She told her mother that she had lunch outside yesterday because it was 60 degrees. So if I'm going to have it to her this year, because, you know, Indiana, they'll still have winter. Even in February and March, and sometimes April, and sometimes May, I'm going to have to pick out a different white yarn and get booking on it so that I can get it to her. I have plenty of white yarn. I just really like that Winkle Mona Lisa, but apparently I did not have as many as I thought I did. So I'm going to restart it and because I'm almost done with both cardigans. So that'll be like my focus for a couple of days. I'll see how fast I can get that one out. Now that I have the rhythm down, I think I can get one turned out pretty fast, and it'll be fine. So that's project number one. Project number two, and you guys have not seen progress on this one in quite a while. And this is the, and I'll pop a picture in here, the Silverlake Shirt. By Annie's Crochet. This is a knit pattern, and I don't know if the word is transposed or translated, maybe, that pattern into a Tunisian crochet pattern. And I have finished all four of the body panels. So you make two for the back, two for the front, and you seam the shoulders together. Now, I haven't done the seaming of the shoulders together, but here's the back, and you can see it's got that really cute detail of the visible seam up the middle. And here is the front, and again, it's a V-neck, and it's got the visible seam up the front. So now I just have to seam these shoulders together. And put on the sleeves. Now the sleeves have been a little tricky. This is Lion Brand Kobu. The colorway is called Steel Blue. It is a DK weight, even though the pattern is written in two different weights. You can do it in worsted or bulky if you're going to knit it. But I picked the DK weight because Tunisian adds so much bulk, and doing the purl stitch would add a ton of bulk to this. So I purposely picked a DK weight, but and then I had to play around with gauge and sizes, and it was a lot of mathing, and it was a lot of trial and error. I ended up using an 8mm hook with the DK weight, and the pattern is written, I want to say, and I'm going to open my pattern here. Teeny tiny. Okay, so if you're using a worsted weight, it says to use a 4mm and a 5mm needle. So obviously to get this to work for me, my gauge is way different than the actual knit. But I'm using, because a lot of the knit pattern is written so that you're in inches instead of rows. So that helped me figure out where I was going with this. So I looked at in inches where I wanted certain parts to be, and then I made the adjustments. And then, because it's all purl stitch, the whole, except for the ribbing at the bottom, which is just knit one, purl one for a couple rows, and then you just knit, or you purl the whole thing. For them, it's reverse stockinette is what, so you are getting the visible purl bumps. And I'm loving the way this is turning out. I'm good, and it's really boxy, really very square shape, which is okay. I wanted that sweatshirty feeling, if you understand what I'm saying, something just to throw on over, say, a tank top or a t-shirt, that is just comfortable, squishy, warm, comfy. You know what I'm saying? That comfort feeling that you get. So that is what I was aiming for. That's why I loved the look of this shirt. And if I ever get better at knitting, I might try to make this in bulky weight yarn, the knitting version of it, instead of doing it in Tunisian. But in the meantime, I'm scrolling here. The body is done. I actually have one whole sleeve done, which I'm like, woohoo, look at me go. I have a sleeve done. And because this is a drop shoulder, I have to figure out, I might have to add I don't like short sleeves. I like my sleeves long, but this kubu is gonna stretch, and it stretches a lot. So I have to figure, and again, with this pattern, their sleeves were straight boxy sleeves, with a little bit of decreases. Well, actually, they did decreases for the sleeves. So you started up at the top, and then you decrease down. Well, it wasn't, I had to mess around a lot with these sleeves to get it where I wanted and get the shape I wanted. I don't like flared sleeves. I like my sleeves to be relatively tight at the wrist. They don't have to be like skin tight, but I don't like big bell sleeves. So I messed around until I got a sleeve. And you see the stitch markers, those remind me where I did the increases, because I started from the cuff up, and these are the where I did the increase, so I know how many increases I have to do. And then this double stitch marker here, so this was every third row I increased. Here is every other row between this one and this one, and then I did a section of no increases at all. And I may or may not have to add a few rows onto the no increases at all. I just have to figure out how far down the drop sleeve is going to come and then decide if I need to add more rows. I don't think I will, because in the pattern it says make your sleeve 16 inches. I made mine 18 inches because I wanted the extra length, because I like my sleeves to come down over my hand, over the top of my wrist, down, you know, like this. But I also want it to be a little bit tighter than they did theirs. So my sleeve isn't anything like the sleeve that came with the pattern, but still I think it's going to fit the silhouette just fine, because it's going to be boxy up here, and then it just slightly tapers down my forearm. So one sleeve done, second sleeve started, but I think now that I know where I'm going with this, I think I can cook this out pretty fast. And I'm hoping that by this weekend, I can have this one off my hook, put together, and a full completed project. Gasp. Can you believe? I have been working on this thing for a really long time, but Tunisian does go slow, and that's okay. I intended to have this done by October. It's now February. That's okay. I will get this done. I'm hoping to have this done by Sunday, so that and tomorrow I'm going to show you how far I've gotten on my other cardigan. I'm already on sleeves for that one too. So I'm hoping by Sunday I have both of these done, because I just have one more sleeve to do and then sewing it together, and I have a sleeve and a half to do on the other cardigan. I think, and it's only Tuesday, so I think I can get these all done by Super Bowl Sunday. And then if that's the case, Super Bowl Sunday, I'll have to do my washcloth, because I always do my washcloths in the morning. But all day Super Bowl Sunday, it is going to be twisted cable scarf for Sydney until I get that sucker as long as I need it to be. I need it to be 6 feet long, because she's a little over 5 foot. So I don't want to do like a 7 or 8 foot scarf. That'll just be too much for her. So I want to do a 6 foot scarf, and that's not cutting it. I don't have enough yarn. I have Pound of Love up there in white. I think I even have I got some other stuff. Do I have? You know what I might get out one of my bobbins. The white bobbins. Remember I had all those white bobbins. I might grab one of those white bobbins, pull that one out, and do one of those off of those bobbins. If that's going to be enough. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know next Tuesday when I decide what I'm going to do, because I'm hoping to have a good part of it done. I'm giving myself another week and a half to get that scarf done for Sydney, because it's already February 4th. I have 2 more projects I need to get done within the next 3 weeks or so. Well, actually one done. I got to do Judy's Creations and Crochet. That might be one of the projects I take with me to Fiber Fun and Sip. And then I really, really, really need to get started on the one for Gary, the mood board Mal. I really need, and I have picked out that pattern. Oh, speaking of which, it's another Tunisian pattern. It is from Anne Van Dyke, I think is the name of the designer. I've done some of her stuff before. I believe the Tunisian Pride Shawl was hers. And this is called, ARV. So it's Anne... Why can't I remember the name of I think it's Anne Van... Now, Lord Almighty. Now, why couldn't I remember? It's Anne Van Winkle. And believe it or not, that's my mother's maiden name, is Van Winkle. Hey, I wonder if we're related. Anyway, it is called the Sharma Shawl. It's a triangle Arrowhead Tunisian crochet shawl made with it. She uses two coordinating colors, one variegated, one solid. My plan is to use, this is the variegated, and then all my different grays where she puts in their solids, and then there's a section at the end where it's all solid. And I had forgotten that I had this really beautiful that came with the Jimmy Bean's wool shawl kit. That shawl was way beyond my capabilities. Well, I had this beautiful gray from I can't even remember the name of the company that I got. It was Jimmy Bean's wool, and I can't remember the name of the yarn company. It's the one out of either New Zealand or Australia. I can't remember, but oh, is this soft. So this is going to be the end. So we got this, and then all of the grays that I have will be the stripe sections. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stripe sections. So I'll probably have to use a little bit of this because I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, maybe not, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these for the stripe sections. So I'll use this for one of the stripe sections, and then I'll have all of these beautiful grays, and then this, oh my god, my hair, for the variegated section. And I think this is going to turn out beautiful. So that'll be going on my hook soonish, because I really want to get started on it. I love, if you guys have not checked out ARV Crochet, she has some really, really beautiful patterns. And I'll be honest with you, when I was looking for the pattern for Gary's Mail, I was just looking at something where I honestly, on Ravelry, I put in something that said striped. I didn't put in Tunisian. I just said crochet, fingering weight, shawl, striped were the parameters I put in. And this one came out, I didn't even realize it was Tunisian until I got into the pattern and went, oh, fabulous. So I can't wait to get started on this. This is going to be great. I don't know. I hope you guys can see this. Isn't that going to be pretty? I really like it. I think that's a little bit too dull. See how pretty that's going to be? I really, really, really think this is going to be gorgeous with that gray and all the yellows. It's going to be so pretty. The pattern is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. But I don't think it was very expensive. I want to say $7 maybe. But it's gorgeous. Her patterns are very well written. This is the second or third one of hers that I have downloaded, and her instructions are pretty succinct. You get what you're supposed to do. I don't think there's any issues with it. Once I get into it, we'll talk more about the pattern itself. But that is what I picked out for Gary's Mail. So this one's going to get done hopefully this weekend. This is my sweater. And then tomorrow, if you come back tomorrow, I'll show you the regular crochet sweater that I'm almost done with. That thing worked up so fast. I was so excited how fast that worked up. And the yarn that I picked is just absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah, I can't believe it. I'm going to have both of these sweaters done in time for the Fiber Festival in February in Mississippi. I'm excited. So that is Tunisian Tuesday, you guys. Wish me luck on finishing this, starting another scarf for Sydney, and getting started on this other shawl. Whoa, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. This is fun. I love all this. No, I'm not stressed. I'm having a great time. It's going to be. I'm going to let you get back to your Tuesday. Enjoy your day. I hope that you are taking care of yourself Give yourself a little bit of grace. It's going to be okay. Be kind to yourself, but remember, be kind to everyone because you just never know what they're going through out there. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.